Hello friends and welcome to a Season 17 update video for my Wooden Railway series, Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends Wooden Railway Adventures. In this video, I'll be talking about all of the exciting things you have to look forward to Season 17 of my Wooden Railway series, and I'll also be throwing out a few hints and tidbits and fun facts about other videos I have coming up in the next couple of months. So first off, I know I have a lot to talk about in this update video, but I want to thank you all so much for watching and supporting me during Season 16 of my series. I'll be honest, there was a couple of months back in the glorious year of 2019 where I didn't think that Season 16 was going to come to fruition. I didn't think, because of everything that was going on with YouTube, that a channel of my type could survive anymore. And although we aren't out of the woods just yet, I feel like I have kind of come up with a way of being able to bring episodes of my Wooden Railway series to YouTube without breaking any laws or anything like that. So I am extremely excited that I've been able to bring Season 16 to YouTube, and I want to thank you all for your love and support. This year has been a very interesting one, to say the least, but if there's any consolation, I tell you what, it was very satisfying to be able to film Season 16 over the course of a couple of months and get it released to you all in a very quick period of time. During the last couple episodes of the season, people were commenting saying, wow, the season's coming to an end already. It feels like we just started. Why is this season shorter than other ones? And the truth is, it's not any shorter. It's the same amount of episodes that I've done since day one. But I tell you what, it helps if you upload every week. And in the past, there have been seasons that have taken many, many, many months to film and release. There have even been seasons that have taken years, in fact. I think back to Season 11 of my series that was started in 2013 and got its last episode and movie in 2015, and here we are in 2020, and I was able to film the entirety of Season 16 and get all 15 episodes filmed and uploaded. And then we even have a season update video like this one being brought to YouTube as well in a pretty short amount of time. So that was always my goal. When I started Season 16, I wanted the episodes to come out on a weekly basis, and there were a few weeks towards the end of the season where that didn't happen. I did have to take a couple of days off, but for the most part, Season 16 started, first week of July and ended on the last day of October, and honestly, that was good enough for me. So that was kind of just a personal thing that I was really proud of. Like I've been saying, several seasons of my series over the past couple of years have taken ages to come out, honestly, and to be able to film this season of my series and get it released in a very timely fashion has been very exciting, and I hope that has created a better viewing experience for you all as well. So Season 16, of course, I went into the season, with a couple ideas that I wanted to use, but I tried to try something different every once in a while. And that's exactly what happened in Season 16. As you can see here, we have our main characters. We had some characters who, changed their appearance for a little while. Some temporary, some more permanent. We had a new introduction as well. We had some old friends return. And, Season 16, I tried to give it a little bit of everything, to be honest. And one of the things that I tried this year was doing multi-arc episodes. I've done something similar in the past, but never to this scale. And probably one of the biggest things you guys are wondering if you're watching this video is, wow, Season 16 kind of ended on a cliffhanger. Are we going to get a movie or anything like that? And the honest answer is no. It was never my intention to upload Season 16 and then follow it up with a movie, and I'll explain why. I know why movies are popular. People love to sit down, for, sometimes hours, several hours at a time, and just be totally engrossed and entertained by what they're watching. But when it comes to making movies for a Thomas Wooden Railway series, it's a little bit different, especially since my movies tend to follow, seasons, almost immediately. For example, if I was going to do a movie after this season, it would probably be the next video I'd upload. But that was never the case with Season 16. It was always my intention to have the entire season basically self-contained in the season. Movies are great, and I get why they're popular, but you can kind of tell why. It's been over 3 years since I released my last Thomas Wooden Railway movie. If those movies, for example, if they're over an hour long, and the average length of my episodes are around 10 minutes long, well, then you're looking at, basically making the equivalent of 6, 7, 8 more episodes to satisfy the length of a movie. For example, when I did Claw of the Law back in 2015, that movie is about 80 minutes long. And if the average length of my episodes is between 8 and 10 minutes, then you're looking at basically the equivalent of having to make 8 or 10 more episodes. And that is honestly just kind of a lot to do all in one sitting or around the same time. So that's kind of the reason why I am moving away from doing movies in my Thomas Wooden Railway series. Now, that's not to say that I won't be doing movies at all in the future. In fact, I have several ideas that I'd love to do in the future, that I haven't really fleshed out totally, but I think the best way to present those ideas would be to do it in a movie format. So that's not saying that I won't do any of those big, long movies in the future. But I think, instead of doing those movies, I am looking forward to doing more stuff like the Bear and the Bear and Bowler trilogy, or even kind of the last 3 episodes where Sir Topham Hatt's, looking for a new way around the railway or something like that. The Bear and Bowler episodes, those could have been a movie in and of itself, but I decided, that I think, with the way I want my series to go, I think my time would be better spent using or making that kind of those plot points into episodes rather than into one big long movie. So that's probably the biggest piece of information in this video, is that no, I don't have a movie planned to come out in the next couple of months to follow up season 16. But that doesn't mean that everything that's happened in season 16 has been totally for naught or anything like that. I'm definitely going to continue everything that started in season 16 in season 17 and beyond. So let's talk about season 17. The good news is that the start of season 17 isn't too far away. My goal is to get season 17 started right around the beginning of the new year, which is just a couple months away now. It's just kind of a weird way that things have worked out the past couple of years, but I've noticed that my Thomas Wooden Railway episodes, I always tend to upload them in the summer and into the fall in the Northern Hemisphere, right around like May, June, July, August, September, October, kind of right where we are right now. And that's great and all, but we're missing out on some really fun times, in the winter and the spring. And so I do kind of want to spend a season of my series where we basically get to talk about, springtime and everything like that. And there's a couple of not major holidays, but fun days coming up in the springtime, such as Groundhog Day and Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day, April Fool's Day, and even Earth Day. And so my goal is to start season 17 in the first part of January and have basically the season run through January, February, March, and into April, maybe even into May even. And that would just allow me to do a couple of episodes that I've never done before. I don't think I've ever done a St. Patrick's Day episode or an April Fool's Day episode. And so I want to be able to I want to be able to do episodes revolving around those 5 holidays or special days that I've just mentioned. And so you're probably wondering, well, that's 5 episodes out of 15. What are the other 10 going to come from? And the good news is that I pretty much have those titles up and ready to go. If we take a trip back to the wonderful year of 2019, right after I finished, getting the rest of season 15 onto YouTube, I posted a video and asked people to submit titles for a future season of my series. And you may not remember this video, honestly, because it was uploaded over a year ago. It's no longer on my channel, but I had it set up where that the video explained the rules I was looking for. And I've done this in the past, but I don't do it very frequently. And I asked people on YouTube, if you have basically an episode title that you want to suggest to me, feel free to drop it in the comments below. The comments will allow you to comment, but you won't be able to see each other's comments. That was the way I had it set up. And that allowed me to view all of the episode titles that had been submitted without anybody seeing those titles in the public eye. So I don't take episode titles very often. It's very rare that I do. The last time I did something like this was season 11 back in 2013. And what I did that year is for a 15 episode season, I took 10 suggested titles and then filled in the remaining 5 with my own. And that's exactly what I'm doing for season 17 of my series. I'm going to basically fill in the titles for all of those special holidays coming up in the springtime. And then I'm going to use 10 user submitted titles for the rest of the season. Now, please, this is not an invitation to comment an episode title in the comments below. I have already chosen the episode titles that I'm going to use from that video that was uploaded over a year ago. So I have a short list of the 10 titles that I want to use, but I'm not going to release it right now just because I'm still finalizing a few things. But if you want to be one of the first people to know which episode titles were chosen, in fact, you may have even submitted a title way back when, and if you want to see if it was chosen or not, feel free to follow me on Twitter. That's probably the social media website where I'm most active. Instagram's probably second, and honestly, I'm not very active on Facebook anymore. So feel free to follow me on Twitter. That's definitely where I'm going to be releasing the titles when they are ready to go, and that's really where I post all of the new information and breaking news for my series is on Twitter. So if you have a Twitter account, feel free to follow me there because I'm always trying to entertain you guys, and it is a great way to be able to communicate with you all outside of YouTube, because YouTube really isn't the best website for that. That's why I'm probably not even going to release the titles on YouTube for a while, because it's just a very hard place to communicate here outside of video comments. So what I'm saying is that season 17 will be starting in the next couple of months. 10 of the titles are going to be from users that have already been submitted. I'm going to fill in the remaining 5, and hopefully that will carry me through the springtime, probably around the April or May of 2021. But that means we still have a couple of months left over here in 2020. So how am I going to round out the rest of the year? Well, good news is I have several videos planned. The next video that's going to be uploaded after this one is my usual bloopers and fails video. I've done this for the past couple of seasons of my series. It's always fun to just show you guys the mistakes and mishaps of what it's like to film a Thomas Wooden Railway series. I have 2 Thomas Toy Store videos that I want to release. It's kind of a infrequent, series that I do on my channel. If I ever go to like a toy store and I'm looking for Thomas stuff and they have a really unique selection, or especially in today's age, they they carry old-fashioned Thomas Wooden Railway like we're looking at right now, or they have a bunch of stuff from a couple of years ago or something like that. I try to upload a video of my visit there because I do love showing off. There's very few stores nowadays that still carry the classic Thomas Wooden Railway, but I have 2 stores that I visited. One is an official Fisher-Price toy store that was filmed in the state of New York. That was actually filmed in the summer of 2019. And then the second toy store was actually filmed this year, just a couple of months ago. As I was road tripping across the United States, I was in North Carolina and stopped at an amazing toy store that has just an incredible collection of Thomas Wooden Railway items from like 10 years ago. So both of those Thomas Toy Store videos are going to be making their way to YouTube in the next couple of months. Probably the biggest video you guys may be looking forward to in sort of our off season here is I'm going to be releasing a new Trackmaster collection video, which I guess at this point is now the Thomas Motorized range, I think. The first collection video for the Trackmaster toys that I did was filmed in the summer of 2018, released in the fall of 2019, so it's a bit outdated as it is. I have gotten a bunch of new Trackmaster and motorized engines and vehicles since then, so I do want to update that collection. So that's going to be kind of a big collection video that I'll be releasing in the next couple of months as well. Surprisingly, I was actually able to go to a Day Out with Thomas event this year, and this was not before the pandemic started. In fact, it was just a couple of months ago in September. A lot of the Day Out with Thomas events were canceled because of the ongoing pandemic, but the one near me actually went on as scheduled, and as far as I know, everything was okay. So I went there, I took a bunch of video, and basically I kind of want to do not really an in-depth look, but just kind of talk about my experience there and how it was similar and how it was different to previous Day Out with Thomas events that I've attended in the past. So be on the lookout for that. Another series of videos that I'm going to continue this year in our off-season time is, of course, my factory air Thomas merchandise videos. Those are always really fun to make. I know they're not everybody's cup of tea, but it is fun to get pictures, get user-submitted pictures from different places on the internet and just kind of compile them all into one video. So I should have a couple of those coming up in the next couple of months. I am also going to do a new round of custom Thomas Wooden Railway engines, vehicles, trains, whatever you want to call them. This series is basically used to showcase and highlight other people's Thomas Wooden Railway customs that they've either made for me or that I'm borrowing or something like that. So I have 5 brand new custom Thomas Wooden Railway models that I want to show off. I have a bunch of interesting ones. I have one that was made by me and a couple of other people as well. And I'm actually going to have 2 brand new users join the series. Basically, these people have never made custom engines for me before, so this will be kind of their first foray into that playlist. So I will have 5 brand new custom Thomas Wooden Railway trains joining my collection, and I can't wait to highlight those in those custom Thomas Wooden Railway model videos. Something I've done in the past as well, if you've noticed this year, it's kind of just a weird thing I decided to do since I was working on season 16. I decided to go back through the old seasons of my series and kind of do a crash compilation of the old days of my Thomas Wooden Railway series. So I did one of seasons 1 through 5, I did another of seasons 6 through 10, and then the final part of that crash compilation is going to be, of course, seasons 11 through 15. You kind of see I split them up every 5 seasons or so. So the third part of that crash compilation is going to come out, as well as the usual season compilation that I just got done filming. So the season 16 compilation will be coming out as well. Sometimes I go through and edit a few scenes or, change a few things that I didn't like. Sometimes I don't touch anything at all. I'm sure this season will be somewhat similar. But I just wanted to let you know, if you're looking for a way to watch all 15 episodes of season 16 in one convenient place, I will be uploading that very long, it's usually 2 hours plus, compilation video of season 16 for you all to enjoy. Other than that, basically I'm going to end 2020 with a couple of unboxing videos. Unfortunately, this year there is not going to be a massive Thomas Wooden Railway unboxing video. This is something that I wanted to do, but unfortunately, Thomas Wooden Railway, the classic Thomas Wooden Railway that we're looking at right now, that stuff has been out of stores for over 3 years now. Thomas Wood has been around for 3+ years at this point. So not only does it become harder to find, but then it becomes harder to find items that I don't already have in my collection, but then to find new in-box Thomas Wooden Railway items that I would want to unbox and add to my collection. Honestly, a lot of the Thomas Wooden Railway stuff that I find or buy today is kept in the box because it's, I just don't want to remove it. It's something special nowadays. So I do have a couple of Thomas Wooden Railway items that are in the box. They're waiting and ready to go for another unboxing video, but I don't have enough stuff right now to warrant a giant unboxing video like I usually do. And I wanted to make note of this because every year since 2016 I have done a massive Thomas Wooden Railway unboxing video. That is not going to be the case this year, but it is my plan to do a 2021 unboxing video. I just need to wait a couple more months to get a few more items in my collection so that video can be worthwhile. But I do have a couple other videos planned where I want to unbox other Thomas merchandise. The first unboxing video, which will probably be released in December, is going to focus on the Thomas & Friends Adventures line, which was a short-lived die-cast metal line. I've already done an unboxing video. In fact, last December I did an unboxing video of Adventures toys. I've even done 2 collection videos on that form of merchandise. So I'm still picking up new engines for that series, for that merchandise line, I should say. It wasn't around very long, but they had quite the number of engines out there. So I'm still picking up engines for that. And then the successor to Adventures is Trackmaster Push Along, or I think nowadays it's just known as Push Along. I have been collecting those toys because they are relatively cheap and easy to pick up. So also in December I'm going to be releasing a second Push Along unboxing video. I did a first one earlier this year before I started season 16, and I have a bunch of the new Push Along releases that I want to unbox on screen for you guys. And honestly, that's really going to be it for 2020. As of right now, as of the making of this video in early November, I am going to build a new Thomas Wooden Railway layout for season 16. This layout has been really great, it has some great areas, and I did enjoy making it, but as this season progressed, I did notice that it's not the best for filming, unfortunately. There are some areas which are extremely tricky to film in. That's probably the hardest part about filming on a layout like this, is just, being able to hop into the layout when needed and film stuff. So I am planning on building a brand new layout and filming a new layout video that will probably be the first video I release in 2021. I have enjoyed this layout, but I'm thinking it could be a little bit better in areas, and I'm willing to try my hand once again. Of course, this could all change. Who knows? I could get started, demolishing this layout and building a new one, and it could not work out, and I could, I don't know, wimp out and come back to this one, but it really is my goal and intention to build a brand new layout for Season 17. So that is probably going to be the first video that's released in 2021, and then Season 17 itself will follow shortly, and that should carry us into April or May or so. So guys, I am so excited at the amount of content that I have coming your way. It's going to be my goal to end on a pretty high note to try to keep this year going strong. One more thing, since this is a Season 17 update, I want to talk about these two characters right here. This is Learning Curve Fergus that I've had for many, many years. Fergus has always looked this way in my series. And I'm going to be transitioning both Fergus and Patrick here over to new models for Season 17. I've been fortunate enough to pick up this 2013 Mattel version of Fergus on eBay, and as you can see, it's brand new in box. You know what? I guess, to try and treat you guys, since I am not doing an unboxing video this year, I'm going to do a really lame one-handed unboxing video of new Fergus here, because I am trying to switch all of my engines over to the new Mattel versions where they are, applicable. Some Mattel engines I'm not a big fan of, but most of them I am, and the Fergus, I really do like this new version of Fergus, so I am going to try to unbox this with one hand. I probably should have prepped it in some way or another, but I think I've got it here. So I wasn't going to do this on screen actually, but then I realized, you know what, since I'm not doing a Thomas Wooden Railway unboxing video this year, this is the least I could do. So one of the early Mattel pamphlets that you used to get when they took over the range, and then here is 2013 Fergus. So Learning Curve Fergus over here has suited me very well. Honestly, there's not too much of a difference if I bring both of these guys down. There's not too much of a difference. They share, I'm pretty sure they serve like the same, template and everything. Just the face is a little bit different. So right hand side is Mattel Fergus, left hand side is Learning Curve Fergus. And so we are going to retire Learning Curve Fergus here and put in new Mattel Fergus. I'm really excited about that. And then Patrick here. This is the Tomy version of Patrick that was released in 2012. A very weird release considering, Nelson and Kelly and Patrick, when they were released, they, had not appeared in Thomas in a very long time. But that's the Tomy Patrick I've used from day one. And I have, not new in box, but it came from eBay. I have the 2013 version of Patrick, again, with a slightly different face. However, this one was very hard to find because I wanted one with the painted wheels. This topic is worthy of a separate video all on its own, but the very first releases, when Mattel took over the line in 2013, they released a good chunk of the engines with colored wheels, and then, for example, they came along, they did Fergus here like this originally, and then they came along with something like this, and they stopped painting the wheels. They did this on Fergus and Patrick, and Paxton was another one, and it really was just like a cost-saving measure that was really, really annoying. So it's been a struggle to find a 2013 Mattel Fergus with painted red wheels because they weren't around for very long, and same thing with Patrick here. So you're looking at the Mattel version on the left-hand side and the Tomy version on the right side. Again, this Patrick has served me well, but I feel like it's time to retire him. So since this is a Season 17 update video, we have at least two brand new character models that are going to be used in Season 17. There you have it. So guys, I'm going to wrap up this video. As always, thank you so much for watching this very long update video. I have so much to talk about, but I know this year has been challenging for one reason or another, but I want to thank you all for your love and support on Season 16. I'm going to do my best to end this season, or excuse me, end this year on a high note, and I hope you guys will come along for the ride. So once again, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate your love and support. Season 16 is done. It's time to look forward to the future with a bunch of videos coming out in the next couple of months, and then onwards to Season 17. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.